everybody, Tiny House Dreaming here. Today is actually Thursday, but I'm going to talk to you guys about day 2 orientation, which actually happened yesterday on Wednesday. Um, I did make a video yesterday when we got back to the hotel, but the music is so loud in the lobby, and I actually sat in the lobby, that I didn't want to post the video because you could really hear it, all the words to every song that played well, and I don't want to get a copyright violation because I heard that the same thing happened on day 1. I haven't took that down, but I want to make sure that I don't make it a habit. So I just never ended up posting that video from yesterday, so I figured, and then I got into watching Celebrity Big Brother because I am a Big Brother fan. So anyways, I'm going to tell you guys about day 2 of orientation, which again happened yesterday on Wednesday, and then I'll make a second video where I'll tell you guys about day 3, which is today, to catch myself back up. So yesterday we got to the Prime terminal at about 7:15, 7:30. We immediately put our lunch options down on the sheet and we went upstairs. We had an paper log class that lasted about an hour, and it's primarily because, if you guys don't know, as of December 18, 2017, all drivers in America have to be on electronic logs. No more writing in, it has to be electronically logged. But you do need to know how to do paper logs just in case your system, your electronic log system ever fails. You still have a requirement to log all of your hours of service. So we took a paper log class. We got a paper log book that Prime gives everybody, and they want you to carry it in your truck at all times. So we learned how to fill that out, and we'll actually be submitting paper logs for our first week because we've been in class, but like they still want to account, DLT wants to account for our hours of service as of the first day of orientation. So they showed us how to fill that out and everything. After the log class, we met with the tire foreman of Prime out here in Utah. He's the foreman here. And we spent about a good 3 hours with him all together. Very, very, very informative class. Like when I first heard tire class and then he said, yeah, I'll have you guys for a couple hours, I'm thinking, what? I mean, I know tires are important on a truck, but like what could it possibly entail for 3 hours? But so about an hour and a half of that 3 hours was in a classroom out in like the shop bay or whatever they call it. In a separate building than what we had been in all this time. And he just went over everything like tire safety, how tires plays a big role in gas mileage. He kind of included in like roadside service, like if you ever like what to call for immediately, what type of things that they might tell you to go to a truck stop and get fixed, what things that they might send a road assist person. Like he lets you know how to identify unsafe tires, why it's so important to check your tire pressure on a regular basis, why it's so important to do a pre-trip on a regular basis, and like just showed us a lot of pictures of when things go wrong. Just a lot of really informative information. And he was a really like easy to listen to, easy to relate to type of guy. So that made it a lot easier. Like he was really relaxed, and so it was cool. It was a very good class. And then the last hour and a half, like we took about a 30-minute tour just around the whole facility. And I did actually videotape that. Like he took us to where you gas up, where you weigh, where you first pull into like every time, any Prime driver, and this is the same at all the terminals, when you first pull onto the Prime terminal, you pull your truck with trailer attached into, I'm not sure what they call it, like the end zone or something. And like you immediately have like 10 techs that come over and they start inspecting your truck. Not for like to point things out like this is what you're doing wrong, but anytime you roll through the terminal, they will not let you leave unsafe. And they check your oil, they check your tires, they check your trailer, they check all these things. And like all of that happens immediately. And like your truck kind of goes through this process and then that's where they find if there's like any major issues, they will catch it. And, you know, sometimes they might have to put you out of service for a little while they fix things. But that's better that you find out through them and not like broken down on the side of the road or something. So like all of this is for safety, to make sure that when you leave that terminal, you're leaving safely. and your truck is in a safe condition, and they're sure of it because they go through this long, rigorous checklist of everything is checked. And you have like all of these people rushing up to your truck and checking all these things. They gas you up. They fill up your DEF, or they fill up your fuel. They do all these things. So like he kind of took us through the whole process, like walked us through the whole plant or like shop area. In the shop area, when I say shop, it's like huge, and it's different buildings that make up the entire shop area. So it was about a 30-minute tour, and like I had all 30 minutes, but he did ask me, you know, I asked, is it okay when we're done if I post it? Because obviously he saw me, you know, as he's talking to us, he saw me videoing it. But he was like, no, I'm not really supposed to, you know, let you video this. So I don't mind that you videoing it for yourself, or if you guys want to kind of walk back over and look at things. But he said, please don't post it to social media. So I can definitely respect that, and I won't post it. So we did that for about 30 minutes. And then like in the class, he kind of explains like where the pre-trip, like that they're looking for, and things on a pre-trip that you should be checking for safety. Because remember, he's the tire foreman, but it's like a safety issue with Prime, which is why I just said like they do all these checks and stuff. Once you drive into the terminal, your truck goes through all of these inspections and make sure everything's safe. So he ended that like tour with showing us a pre-trip. But and I'm gonna actually put that clip, because it's about a 30-minute pre-trip. I'm gonna put it at the end of this video. I'll let you know right before I start, like clip that in, so anybody not interested in watching it, you don't have to. But if you're interested, don't watch it in the aspect of it's a pre-trip that you need to do to take your CDL test, because it's not a thorough pre-trip. What he left out was the engine compartment and the in-cab, like the inside of the cab part of the pre-trip. Basically, the pre-trip he's showing us is from his point of view. Like when your truck comes into Prime, what he's looking for from his side. So he does a pre-trip of the outside of the tractor and the trailer and the inside of the trailer, kind of what he would look for. You know, so it's informative. Like if you're thinking about coming to trucking, or if you're thinking about coming to Prime, it's something good to watch. Like if you're kind of just watching this video to kind of get an update of what's going on with me, then you probably can skip that unless you're just interested in watching it. But if you're going to be coming to Prime, it's pretty cool because you can kind of see the different things that the shop is checking for, the different things they're looking for. And he's kind of like every day when you go out, you start your day, and you should probably be doing it multiple times a day. Like if you stop at a truck stop or stop for your 30 minutes, you want to do a pre-trip before you get back on the road, because things can change from the morning time or whenever you started your day. If it was at nighttime, you know, whatever. But so you should be doing pre-trips throughout the day. And he was kind of pointing out things that you want to look for, things that they would look for, things that you could catch because a lot of people don't do a pre-trip, or they just like literally walk around their truck and like, okay, yeah, it looks good, but you're not doing a thorough inspection of your truck, and like there might be little things that can go wrong. And so he was kind of pointing out, like as he was talking in the instruction part of it, he was telling us these different things. So when we got out to the field and he was kind of showing us the different things that he was talking about, he's like, you know, remember this bracket when I told you that it always breaks, and it's going to break no matter what you do. So always watch for it. Like he would point it out once we were out there doing the inspection. So it's pretty cool if you're interested in that type of thing. But anyway, so after we finished with him for like 3 hours, it was about lunchtime. So we took our lunch. It was like maybe 11:30. So we took an hour lunch. We had the same catering. Apple Spice, I think is what it's called. I took a little clip of it, so I'll insert it right now. So guys, just showing you, this is the box lunch I was telling you guys about yesterday, and it's from this place called Apple Spice. So yeah, and then this is like my little side of pasta salad. They put it in a bag. They give you a cookie. I got the half sandwich and half soup, cheddar broccoli. So that's my soup. That's my club sandwich. And yeah, so that's basically what you get. It's pretty filling. It's not like just the average little bag lunch. It's a nice size lunch, so it should fill you up definitely to dinner time. After lunch, we were supposed to go to a benefits meeting, but we like didn't have enough time left in that afternoon to actually cover what we were supposed to cover. So we all just finished our computer-based trainings, the CBTs that we hadn't finished the first day of orientation. And that was it. We at 4 o'clock got here. They gave us our meal voucher. Same $10 every day. It's a $10 meal voucher. And our shuttle came. We were back at the hotel, and that was that. So that was how day 2 was. Pretty relaxing, but a lot of information, and you get to actually walk around the terminal and like see all the different things. You got to meet everybody. Like, one thing I can say that I've noticed since I've been at Prime for a couple days is everybody's super friendly. They all seem super helpful. Like, nobody has a bad attitude. Nobody is kind of looks at you crazy. Like, all the men are like, hold the door open for you. You know what I mean? Our class is mostly girls, so like that's something you kind of notice. But everybody is like really cool. Everybody seems like they have a lot of pride about working for Prime. Everybody has great things to say about Prime. So like, I'm glad that I made the decision to come here instead of some of the other company sponsored schools that I was looking at. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say bye. Thank you so much for your time and watching. If I'm missing anything that you guys like, if there's any, for people that are watching this that are like strongly considering coming to Prime, Salt Lake City, Utah, or just Prime in general, because I think the kind of way the orientation is run is the same regardless of what terminal you go to. But if there's anything you're specifically like wondering about, like I wonder, do they do this or do they do that, and I'm not touching on, just let me know. You know, shoot me an email. I put my email in the description, or leave a comment, and there might be something minor that I'm just not thinking to say that you might be wondering about. And I don't mind. If I have the answer, I don't mind giving it to you. So I will talk to you guys later. Anybody that's interested in that pre-trip inspection from the tire foreman, and he's like a tire expert. But if you're interested in that pre-trip from his point of view and what they're looking for in the shop, go ahead and watch the video that I'm about to add now. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Well, it'll be today, but I'll be talking about today on another video. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.